Tucker with McCrazy Fit. We're doing a Pilates dumbbell workout for the quads, the front of the legs. So beginning with Pilates movements to get the core activated, hips moving, quads firing, and then finish off with a few dumbbell exercises. And I'll begin in neutral position. Feet, knees, hips in a straight line. Laying flat on the mat. Normal little curve in the back, the lower back. Nose pointed up to the sky. Flexing the lower belly, the lower abs. The deep stabilizing core muscles. And I'll lift one leg into tabletop. And down. Next leg into tabletop. And down. So we're building these exercises up to prepare for the resistance training portion of the program. Hips aren't rocking here, so lower belly's tight. And one more on each side. And then I'll bring one leg up, keep it there. Next leg up, keep it there. And right leg goes out straight and back. Left leg out straight and back. Breathing at a normal pace, lower belly still tight and flexed. Hips aren't rocking side to side. Shoulders down away from the ears and nose pointed up to the sky. And one more, and then I'll keep it out. Gently lower and raise. Again, out, lower, and raise. This time I'm exhaling on the extension, inhaling back in. Exhale out, lower, inhale back in. And one more on each side. Exhale, inhale back in, and bringing both the knees in, letting the lower back sink in the mat. And again to neutral position. Taking a moment to get back to neutral. So again, the little curve in the lower back, the natural curve of the spine. Now I'll put that last movement one step further, both legs up, lower belly tight, and extend both straight out and back. Exhale out, inhale back. Lower belly is real tight, real flexed, stabilizing the hips, hips aren't rocking. Trying not to carry tension up in the neck. Two more. You can even take this a step further and at the extension, lower to the mat and back up, but not today. Feet back on the ground, neutral position. And this time bringing the heels a little closer to the butt. Moving into a bridge. Usually my bridges will be an articulating bridge, which is going into a pelvic tilt, curling up. This time staying in neutral. So neutral spine, engaging the glutes. Raising up, keeping the very slight scoop right here rather than overextending at the top. And back down. And again, exhaling up. Inhale and exhale back down. Still keeping the belly tight. Ideally at the top, knees, hips, shoulders in a line. And one more. I'll keep it up. Belly tight. Now one leg up into tabletop and down. Next leg into tabletop and down. Still keeping that distance with the feet, knees, hips in the straight line. And breathing steady exhaling up, inhaling down. Make sure the shoulders aren't creeping up to the ears. And one more each side. And slowly back down. This time little variation, so feet go a little wider. Gonna make this one a little harder. Exhaling up into a bridge. And again, one foot in a tabletop and down. And next leg. Still keeping the belly tight, hips aren't rocking. Trying not to walk the feet forward. So a little variation here. You could also throw in another variation with the feet a little farther away from the butt. Working down the hamstring a little bit. If I brought in the feet closer, be focusing a little more on the glute. One more on each side. And slowly down, back to neutral. Feet back in the starting position. And adding on another step here. Up into bridge, belly tight. One leg up into tabletop. And then I'll lower almost down to the ground and back up. Lower down slowly, pressing back up, flexing the quad. Inhaling down, flexing up, exhaling up. Three more. Not sagging in the hips, belly still tight. Shoulders aren't creeping up to the ears. Last one. And all the way down. And other side, exhaling up into a bridge, belly tight. One leg in a tabletop. Slowly lowering down, exhaling back up. Two more. And right leg onto the left knee. Bring that into tabletop. For a little glute stretch. This looks funny. I just realized I had my socks on this whole time. My feet were cold. All right. And the left leg on the right knee, lifting it up. Staying in neutral spine here, so not rounding the lower back out. But I could gently pull on the left knee for a little deeper stretch. And now roll on up. Going into a little reverse bridge here, so staying strong in the shoulders. The hands, fingertips pointing out. I'm just going to try to come up into a tabletop from this position. Flexing the abs, firing the quads. Exhaling up. Inhaling back down. Strong in the shoulders, not sagging. Two more. And relax. Now this time fingers pointing back. And go all the way straight. Moving the feet out a little bit. Pressing up into a bridge, belly tight. Strong in the shoulders. Flexing the toes, one leg up, pointing the toes, and then flex it down. Other foot, point it up, flex down. One more each side. Still strong in the shoulders. Belly tight. And down. Now left leg over the right. Hug it in with the other arm. Still sitting up straight. And switch. A little more hip work before moving into the dumbbells. So I'll be laying on my side. Imagining laying up against a wall, so feet, butt, heads up against the wall. Belly's not sagging in sideways, so I'm staying tight in the belly. Imagining pulling my hip, top hip away from the ribs. Knees bent. And I'll just begin by raising the leg and down. Exhaling up. Try not to fatigue too much here. Last one, keep it up. And then touch knees, touch feet. Legs not moving up and down, just rotating between the feet and the knees. Tighten the belly still. Last one, this time touch the knees, keep it there, and kick the leg out and back. Exhaling out, inhale back in. Two more. And rest. Now we'll bring the leg over. Get a stretch in the side here. And roll over for the other side. Not too bad. So up against the wall, imaginary wall. Feet, knees, or excuse me, feet, hips. Head up against that imaginary wall. Tighten the belly. Hip pulling away from the ribs on the top side. Raising. Two more. Keep it up. Knees, toes. Knees, toes, not raising the leg, just rotating. Belly still tight. And last one on the knees, keep them together and shoot the leg up. Or just flex it up. Two more. And bring it over. we'll grab those dumbbells. 2 exercises. These could also be body weight, very well be body weight exercises. First one, we'll get into a squat position. I'm going to carry the weight in front, still keeping the back straight, keeping the toes pointed forward. I don't want to kick the toes too much out, so I want to keep them targeted on the quads. When I kick them out more, it kind of gets the inside back of the legs. So keeping them in, trying to keep my weight back as I squat here to keep more of the load on the front of the legs, back straight and up. So again, if I'm kicking the feet out too much or I'm getting too deep forward into the squat, it's hitting the back of my legs more. So keeping weight back, toes forward, back straight, inhale, exhale up. Getting as deep into it as I can and exhaling up, flexing the quads on the way up. Slowly down, flexing up. 3 more. Shoulders strong, not letting the shoulders round out. Last one. Real slow, flexing up. And let the weight drop for a moment. Second exercise, final exercise. And of course these will be done in multiple sets. Just doing one of each here, but going into a split squat. So like a lunge, but staying in position. I also like to due to poor flexibility in my toes, I like to often just put my foot up onto something to do the squat, but do it on the ground today. So weight in hand, back straight. Don't want to lift my heel up off the ground here, but I'm keeping my weight forward, again to keep the load on the quad. So knee doesn't go past the toes, heel stay down, flex up, and I'm staying forward. When I press back, I'm feeling it in the back of my legs more. So pressing straight up, kind of keeping minimal weight on the back foot, but more just for balance. And again, inhaling in, exhaling up. Two more. And we'll set it down for a moment. Could jump right into it because we're switching sides, but the back leg was working a little bit, so get it back to full strength before continuing on. Here we go. So again, staying forward, heel doesn't come off the ground, knees don't go past the toes at the bottom portion, and just going down as far as comfortable. Standing up straight, inhaling down, exhaling up. Two more. And down. And I'll come back on the mat. Stretch that one for a moment. Slight pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt here on this stretch. And leaning forward into it. So for those, could be body weight, all sorts of different things you could use for that. I have a 5-gallon water jug workout video with those same exercises. But for upper body, Pilates, and dumbbell workout, go ahead and click there, or I have my whole dumbbell playlist right there. I thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.